Hey guys, today we're unboxing the Miniverse Make It Mini Kitchen. It comes with the working UV light and 2 recipes. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. Okay. So of course we have the kitchen. It looks like we have the 2 adorable little oven mitts. And then of course the recipes. Ingredients. Okay, looks like we have our bakery fresh donuts. Their glaze. Our milkshake. Our strawberries. Our ice, and of course our straw in our cup. It looks like we also have a cute little spoon. Move this to the side for the second. Looks like that's threaded through the handles. Let's cut this. Opening the oven mitts up. And look how cute. To get your stuff in and out of the oven with. Looks like this is taped shut right here. Looks like the other door across is also. Open our little doors. This little display. This one's supposed to have a mystery item though, so let's see what we've got hiding in here. Looks like we've got a bowl and a box of berry rings for cereal. So if we wanted to do that, so it looks like we've got a couple options here for what we can do. That's nice. Those close back and click nice and tightly. Let's see, we've got another cabinet down here. Looks like there's our oven. You can see how shiny it is. Drawers. I have heard of people saying that when you put your silverware up here, sometimes it'll get stuck up inside and then you lose it inside of your kitchen and you have to shake it out. So do be careful about that. It looks like this is just a piece of plastic. Alright, let's get the batteries in. Oop, looks like there is how you change your backsplash. And then of course up top, how you change it. Looks like you can change it from the pink to the yellow. We'll swap that one to the pink. Alright, let's get the batteries in. Close her back up. Feels nice and tight. Alright, let's see. Not sure which one's on and off. I guess that one hopefully is on. Okay, so it looks like she's ready to go. So let's go ahead and try a recipe. So like I said, it looks like we have a couple options here. We have our milkshake with our adorable little strawberries. And then we could do a bowl of cereal, which I guess is why we have our cute little spoon. And then this is going to be our glaze. So I guess our glaze will be white, so it would work for milk or the donuts. So I guess we could try and go for all three. See if we have enough resin to do the glaze for both the cereal and the donuts. Alright. Clean up a little bit. So I kind of want to do the shake first because I am most excited about it. Alright, so we're going to need our straw. And of course, always read your instructions first. It says that once you have the batteries inside, you'll just hit this little button and then you'll close your door, hit the button, and then it'll go for 5 minutes. So we have that to look forward to. Alright, so we have our cocoa berry milk. But it has a little strawberry and a little coconut on it. Adorable. It's easier to open them if you just twist it. Alright. Getting distracted. Too many ingredients. Okay, so, and then we also have our little, bump the camera. Then, of course, we have our eyes. Those are cute. And I thought it would be cool to also throw in a few pineapple chunks. Maybe a ring on the rim. I got these along with these cherries from the recent ham spring Miniverse balls. So I thought that would be a nice addition to spice it up a little bit more. So open our eyes. That's so cute. It's got the little tie, just like a little, dropped it. A little bag of ice or a bag of bread would have. Let's see, how would be the best way to do this? I guess maybe pour a little resin on the inside, and then we will drop some, yes, we'll do that. Okay, so we're going to grab our strawberries and our pineapple chunks. Open up our strawberries. The Happy Sun Farm strawberries. These are so cute. I want to try and save some for later as well. So we'll grab those out for now. Alright. Let's just dive in, see what we come up with, basically. And I do have my own resin flashlight as well. Oh, you're gonna be just gloopy. Oh no. Doesn't feel like I have that much in here. I've seen where people have tried heating it up in different forms. But of course, fresh out of the box, I didn't do that. There we go. Got a nice glob out. Let's do that. And start working with it. And then I will try to warm this up a little bit. So, I'm gonna use a toothpick to just swirl that pink Like it says in the directions, you gotta think of resin as glue, basically. So we're gonna start with the outer edge and just kind of paint the sides, get them a little gooey. And of course we can build this up more later. This is just to give the fruit something to stick onto for the time being. And I guess we'll just plop them in there. Oop. Wrap in the rest of our pineapple. And our bare spots, have to use the toothpick to kind of guide it exactly down where we want it. Ooh, he's trying to come back out. Trying to get bubbles out at the same time. There we go. Alright, so I think I have everything where I want it. So now I'm going to go ahead and test out the oven and we'll bake it. Ooh, it looks like there's a little ridge in the middle. So be careful for that so you don't dump your creation as you put it in. Alright. So we will give that a moment and start on our next thing. So it looks like it worked. It says 5 minutes. I can see that it is glowing around the edges. So we'll let that start to bake and move on to the next item, which I think we should do the donuts. Let's see what we can get out of here. Woo! Looks like he's ready to go there. Go ahead and use this since it is for the donuts. So I guess we have a couple ways we could do this. We have the cereal that we could put on it. We have some leftover strawberries. And then of course we have our cherries. And I do have some more pineapple that we could throw on as well. But of course cherries and pineapple kind of seem weird. I think, let's see how much cereal we actually get here. Okay, a good amount. That's pretty cute. Looks like a mixture of pink, purple, and blue. So I say we go ahead and frost these, put a few O's on it. Okay, set that. See what side I like better. So we'll cover this side. Start here. Grab a new toothpick. Pop our bubbles. And then I'm just gonna kind of gently smush it around. Make it look like a wavy overpour. Okay, add just a little bit more resin. And of course, be careful if you're trying to work near the sunlight, that you don't cure your resin too soon. We'll probably do it kind of like that, and then we're gonna rest the other donut, I think, here on the side. So we'll leave that kind of as is. Right, I think that's enough. And it does smell like the resin has cured some though. Once it starts to warm up, you can start to smell it. Oh, right, losing my train of thought. Where's the other donut? Oh, right beside it. Let's see. It does have kind of some wonky edges. You can see where it was put together. So, just trying to hide that best. So, I basically just want to set him like this in my mind of vision. So that way he'll be glued together. And then pour a little glaze or resin on him. I think that's enough again. Careful not to knock him over once you've got him in place. Because I could have done this separately, but what's the fun in that? So we can kind of have a frozen moment going. This is nerve-wracking. I have no idea how to try and put these on. Other than carefully dropping them. Don't go anywhere. I think this one, I need to blast it soon or I'm going to lose the moment I want. Okay, throw a few on here. Alright, I think that looks good. Alright, I'm gonna blast this real quick. Alright, I think I have it frozen. I'm gonna let that sit for a second with some UV light on it. So we could check this little underneath, make sure it's glued real quick enough. Oop, and I'm bumping the camera, sorry about that. Okay. Alright, I think that's good enough on that. So we'll let that sit to the side. And check on our drink. Okay. Not sure. Okay, yeah. So I'm gently pushing on this pineapple and it's not moving so far. So, looks like so far we're good to go. Alright, let's close this back up. Move on. Alright. Flip my donuts a little bit. I think they should be good for now. Right, and this is what we have. So the icing just about to drip off with some O's involved. So, alright, so we'll set those there for now. And back to the drink. So I guess next we need to try and do some ice and some more resin. Right, so let's pour some ice in our drink. Okay, they've actually kind of naturally stood up and piled up on their own in a nice way. So let's see if we can add some resin and what it'll look like. I tried to warm it up a little bit in the meantime. Set this down for just a second. Power squeezing the resin out. Tapping the resin out. I have an idea. I'll grab some clear resin to try and add, because it doesn't look like I'm gonna quite have enough to do the pink fully and it satisfy me anyway. So we're just gonna kind of mix it together in here and make sure it gets in those cracks that have been missed so we don't get a bunch of bubbles. And we're just kind of trying to force the bubbles out, kind of help them out. And as the resin heats up, it'll cause more bubbles. And of course, if you shake the resin, it'll cause bubbles as well when you go to use it. Okay. But I see a giant bubble raising. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Hopefully you can. Trying to make his way out. We're trying to help him out. There we go. So that left a big cavern for us to pour a little more resin in. I wonder if we can get a little more pink out to go on top. Okay, so yeah. This definitely has not been enough resin to do this full drink. I was actually hoping we would have a little bit left over to be able to use towards the cereal. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So that's why I tried to go a little minimal on the donuts so we would have enough for it as well. Alright, let's try and mix this up some more now. Pop the bubbles as we go. And I can see some ice cubes in there. Oop, a little bubble trying to hide underneath the pineapple awkwardly. And kind of tap it too. That sometimes helps. Aha, I think I see a pocket down here though. And this is actually when the sun might be your friend, so I'm going to pause for a second and set it in the sun and see if I can get some bubbles to raise out, because it looks like there's a big one towards the bottom. So I'll be right back. Okay, I had to add a little more clear resin to this. Got some bubbles popping up. Go ahead and pop them. And of course the bubbles are your own discretion. What's a drink without a couple bubbles? Right, I want to take a couple more pieces of ice and kind of put it towards the top. So they'll just kind of start to gently sink. And feed in my straw. That should be good. was wanting to put a pineapple on the edge of the rim. And then some cherries, maybe another strawberry for garnish. Whoop. Not what I'd planned. Oh, don't just drop the cherries or they'll roll everywhere, of course, like I just did. Actually, better yet, let's do that. And that. And of course, don't get discouraged if things don't go as planned. These are meant to be for fun. Oop, I've already got resin rolling all down the back. Was hoping to do that, but not like that. Okay, that'll work though. But I actually do want to try and tip it a little bit, so it'll do that. I'll start to run out some. I'm gonna blast it for just a second. Okay, blasted that for just a second as well. So that way we could get a tiny little drop. We've got a little bit of glaze on the back where it rolled off as well. But I think the top turned out pretty cute. Whoop! It's still trying to slosh because it's still wet. Actually, let's let it go one more time then down the back. Let me blast this one real quick. Okay, I think that we have that good enough to go in the oven. Bake. So we're gonna gently try and set it in here. Yeah, like I said, gently try and set it in here. I don't know, we'll just kind of see how it turns out here in a minute. I got more resin on my finger. And of course, try and wash that off of yourself. Alright, while that's cooking, now we are going to try our bowl of cereal. Let's see, we've got plenty of O's left, so I think the best way is going to be to glaze the outside of the bowl again and let the O's drop, and we'll blast it real quick for a second, and then we'll see how much resin we have left, I guess, of the glaze. If we don't have enough, we'll maybe try and use some of my clear as filler and then top it off with some more of the glaze and some of the cereal. And if not, then we'll just kind of see how it goes. So. Oh yeah, definitely not gonna be quite enough to do a full bowl of this. Okay, let's do that for now. Get a clean toothpick. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Just kind of try and smear around the edges. So, we could just try a frozen moment where we spill a bowl of cereal. Let me try and squeeze as much of this resin out as I can real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have squeezed the dickens out of the glaze bottle, and I have, I think, about as much out as I'm gonna get. So I have it full. Go ahead and start adding my O's in. Dropping more on the floor. Wouldn't be crafting if some of it didn't end up in the photo. Let's see, what ratio do we need? We need a little more pink in there. So, I think I want to make sure there's plenty in the bowl. And then there's some in the milk that spills, so to speak. There's a couple more. Okay, so I think that should be enough. I've put our drink back in for another round, so I think that looks pretty good. My best guess on how to do this would be to just make sure you have the amount in there you want, and I'm just gonna basically dump it. I went ahead and cut this out to dump it onto, and I figured basically once it's hardened onto it, we can just cut around it and that'll work. So I'm gonna try and do this to where you all can see as well how I do it. So leave some of those O's behind. Sprinkle food flour on top. I know. Yeah, I'm not an pro at all. Completely amateur here. And I'm just gonna do that. I believe all the Miniverse instructions say 2 to 5 minutes. Alright, once you think you kinda have a hold going on, make sure you get the other side. Make sure it's nice and strong as well. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it for just a second and continue to blast this. And I'll be right back. Alright, and there you have it. It's frozen onto the bottom. So like I said, I figured just kind of cut around that. Goodness. But it's stuck. There we go. There's our drink. It actually does still feel tacky. I can feel tackiness right here already. So, and I actually did put it in for 2 rounds. So, and that's actually just the outer area after I'd already blasted it with my flashlight for a split second just to freeze it as well. So, make your own assumption there with the light then. The oven is absolutely adorable and is a great accessory piece. The oven light may not work quite as well to your specifications. If you're used to using the sunlight though, it might obviously of course work better than what you got going for you. My personal recommendation would be to get a flashlight or a hands-free flashlight, which I'll be unboxing a hands-free flashlight soon to be using. But for the meantime, it looks like it would work better than, of course, just UV sunlight. You know, if that way you could actually make minis at night. But this is our end result. Seeing little strawberries, cherries, and pineapple. I ended up just swirling the resin that came with the kit and my own personal clear resin. Unfortunately, you can't really see the ice cubes too much in there. You can see a few for some different depths. Of course, we just saw that. And here again, of course, are our donuts. So I need to blast them for a little bit more as well, just to make sure everything is completely dry and glued safely together so we don't lose our creations. But overall, I like the kitchen personally. I think it's an adorable accessory, you know, for anybody that loves the Miniverse. But that's all we have today, and please check back soon for more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.